Hello, my dear student friends. Welcome to this session. Let us study exhaust gas recirculation, that is EGR. Let us study the layout of EGR and let us study the concept of EGR, that is the exhaust gas recirculation. Now, many times it becomes important to redirect the exhaust gases to the engine cylinder via inlet manifold so as to reduce the NOx emissions, so as to reduce the emissions of the nitrogen oxides. So a portion of the exhaust gases is recirculated through the intake manifold. So a small portion, maybe something like 10%, 5%, 12%, like that. A small portion of the exhaust gases are sometimes recirculated or redirected to the engine. That means recirculated through the intake manifold, and this is done to reduce the NOx emissions. So in order to reduce the emissions of the nitrogen oxides, we are going for EGR, and the emissions of NOx emission depends on the percentage of oxygen and the reaction temperature. How much oxygen takes part in the combustion? What is the percentage of oxygen that takes part in the combustion? Whatever air is entering inside the combustion chamber of the engine, how much percent of oxygen is present in that air? This will decide the emissions of NOx. If more oxygen is present, then the NOx emissions will be increased. And the emissions of NOx also depend on the temperature after the combustion. So if the temperature is high after combustion, then NOx emissions will be more. So we have to control these two things, and in order to control these two things, that is the percentage of oxygen and the reaction temperature, we go for EGR, we circulate the exhaust gases. So EGR will reduce percentage of oxygen available for combustion, because the exhaust gas are coming back inside the engine cylinder. Exhaust gases are coming back inside the engine cylinder partly. So they will occupy some space, and automatically the air which is entering the cylinder will be less, or the oxygen which is present inside the combustion chamber will be reduced, because some space will be occupied by the exhaust gases. Moreover, exhaust gas recirculation will also reduce the peak temperature after combustion. So the temperature after combustion, the highest temperature after combustion will be reduced due to the exhaust gas recirculation. So how this is possible? Because if the exhaust gases are recirculated, then the percentage of carbon dioxide and water vapor is more as compared to the air. So CO2 and water vapor will be more and air will be less, and the specific heat of carbon dioxide and water vapor is more, so carbon dioxide and water vapor can absorb more heat with less increase in temperature due to higher specific heat. Since the specific heat of CO2 and water vapor is more than that of air, so it will absorb, CO2 and water vapor will absorb more heat by less increase in temperature. Therefore the peak temperature will be reduced due to EGR, due to exhaust gas recirculation. then the control valve and the filter is used. A control valve will control the amount of exhaust gas recirculated or the percentage of exhaust gas recirculated. All the exhaust gas is not recirculated, a small part, but how much part of the exhaust gas should be recirculated, so that is controlled by the control valve, and the filter is also used so as to remove the unwanted particles and so as to trap the soot particles. Now we are talking about the control valve. So this control valve is actually controlled, the position of the control valve is sensed, and it is also controlled by the electronic control unit or electronic control module. So the engine management system is having several sensors, and the complete engine working is managed by this engine management system. So many sensors are provided, so many parameters will be sensed, and so many parameters will be controlled by this overall engine management system with the help of the controllers like the electronic control unit or engine control module. Now in petrol engines, even if 10% of exhaust gases are recirculated, the NOx emissions are reduced by 50%. And in the modern diesel engines, use cooled EGR to increase mass of recirculated exhaust gas. Because if the exhaust gases are cooled, the density will be increased, and more mass of exhaust gases can be recirculated in the same volume. So the modern diesel engines are using cooled EGR. Now we are discussing that the coordination of the EGR with the engine management system is very important, because if you try to control one parameter, then it should not cause problem to the other parameter. The other parameters should not affect the performance of the engine. For example, if we try to reduce the NOx emissions by the EGR system, then that should not reduce the air fuel ratio, because the oxygen percentage is reduced by EGR. EGR reduces the oxygen which is available for combustion. So this may affect the air fuel ratio. Now instead of saying air fuel ratio, more precisely we should say oxygen fuel ratio, because it is the oxygen which helps for combustion, not the other components in the air. The other gases in the air, they are not helping the combustion, only the oxygen is helping the combustion. But since oxygen is present in the air and air is freely available, we are using the air for combustion. So this EGR system may affect the air fuel ratio, and this may affect the other parameters. This may affect the efficiency or the power output of the engine. So this also should be taken care, and all these things are taken care by the overall engine management system. So the overall engine management system has to coordinate with the EGR, or the coordination between the EGR and the various systems among each other and with the overall engine management system is very important. So we are using the various sensors. We are using the exhaust gas oxygen sensor, EGO sensor. So how much oxygen is present in the exhaust gas, that is being sensed, or how much air is entering through the inlet manifold towards the engine, that is also sensed. Then the NOx, the nitrogen oxides which are leaving the engine cylinder through the exhaust, that is also sensed. What is the percentage of NOx, what is the quantity of NOx, that is also sensed by the various engine sensors. And the EGR valve positions are also sensed. The valve position of the EGR, we are using a valve which will control the flow of the exhaust gases, or which will control the quantity or the percentage of exhaust gases which are recirculated. So the position of this valve is not only sensed, but the position of this valve is controlled by the overall engine management system, by the ECU, so that the required or a proper quantity, proper percentage of exhaust gases only will be recirculated. So this is the layout of the exhaust gas recirculation, that is the EGR layout, but this also combines the turbocharger with it. So you can see that this is the engine and this is the inlet valve, this is the exhaust valve. The exhaust gases leave the engine and the major portion of the exhaust gas will go to the turbocharger and leave and go to the atmosphere here like this. This is the turbine. So the major portion of the exhaust gases, they will run the turbine. They will give their energy to the turbine. So the turbine will produce the mechanical power and it will run the compressor, and the air is entering. Here the air is entering the compressor, it is compressed, and then it is cooled, and then it goes to the engine. But here some portion of the exhaust gas, they are directed back to the engine, but first of all they are cooled here. So this is the EGR cooler, and then we are having a valve here. So this is the EGR control valve, exhaust gas recirculation control valve. So how much percentage, how much quantity of the exhaust gases should be recirculated, that is controlled by this valve, and we have seen that the position of this valve is sensed by the engine ECU. The engine control unit senses the position of the EGR valve. At the same time, the position of the EGR valve is also controlled by the ECU by sensing some other parameters like the NOx percentage and the quantity of air which is entering inside the engine and the oxygen which is leaving the engine. So all these parameters are sensed. So many other parameters are also there, and there is a overall control of the overall system. But here for the EGR, mostly the nitrogen oxide is sensed. NOx percentage is sensed by the ECU, and accordingly this valve is controlled. The EGR valve is controlled, position of the EGR valve is controlled by the ECU, and a particular amount of exhaust gases are allowed to recirculate or go back to the engine. So this is nothing but the exhaust gas recirculation EGR layout. So in this EGR layout, the turbocharging is also incorporated. So here electronic variable response turbocharger EVRT is used instead of the usual variable geometry turbocharger. So this was about the exhaust gas recirculation. And now let us study a few methods to reduce the pollution in diesel engines as per BS6 norms. So we can use the diesel particulate filter to separate the diesel particulates from the exhaust gases. So these diesel particulates are harmful, and therefore they should be separated, and we can use the filters, that is the diesel particulate filters, which are mounted inside the engine compartment. Now the second method is the use of selective catalytic reduction module, SCR module, to reduce emissions of NOx. Nitrogen oxide emissions can be used by the use nitrogen oxide emissions can be reduced by the use of selective catalytic reduction. That means the exhaust gas, the catalytic reduction of the exhaust gases is carried out. Reduction is opposite to oxidation. So this process is carried out, and due to this process we can reduce the emissions of NOx. That means these nitrogen oxides are broken down into are converted into nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen oxide is converted into nitrogen and oxygen, so that the nitrogen oxide emissions can be reduced by the reduction process and by using the selective catalytic reduction. So catalyst is used to speed up the reaction of reduction, and thus we can reduce the emissions of nitrogen oxides. Use of gasoline direct injection engines to reduce emissions of CO. The emissions of carbon monoxide can be reduced by the use of gasoline direct injection engines. Then we can use the smaller engines. So the smaller engines will consume less fuel. Less fuel will be consumed by the smaller engines, especially at the lower speeds. And usually the cars are running mostly with at lower speeds, unless they are running on the highways in the city or in the usual, and the traffic is there, and therefore the consumption of the fuel can be reduced, especially at the lower speeds, if we are using the smaller engines. Then use of the hybrid vehicles. Hybrid vehicle means that vehicle which will use the power from two different sources. For example, LPG and petrol engine is there, LPG or petrol engine is there, so the petrol engine will run on LPG as well as petrol, but along with this engine we can also supply the electric power. So LPG and petrol with electric power can be the hybrid vehicle, and diesel engine along with the electric power, electric motor will be used along with the diesel engine. So this can also be a hybrid vehicle. So lot of research is going on the hybrid vehicles. So definitely the pollution is reduced due to the use of hybrid vehicles. Then we can use the alternative fuels like CNG or some ethanol blends. So these alternative fuels will definitely reduce the emissions. The pollution will be reduced by using the alternate fuels. And we can use the alternate sources of energy. We can use the electric vehicles. So the electric vehicles will cause no pollution, and that is also a way to reduce the pollutions. So thank you, my dear friends.